What's up, KKCs? What up, loves? All right, so hopefully at this point in time, your timeline on the KKC creative pathway has been flooded with things about love and relationships. Now, most of you have been with me from the start of this thing, so you know how I feel about love, man. I love love. Like, love is a beautiful thing. I think many times people misinterpret love for usury and for shorthand gratification and all sorts of things. But those of us who truly, truly are hopeful romantics, okay, not hopeless, and hopeful romantics, and understand just how much love plays a real part in communication and relating to someone else and building bonds. You get what I'm saying? Partnerships. We understand the importance of love. The Bible says that God is love, so there's no way that you cannot embody true love, especially if you are a child of God. Like, you love love, you understand its purpose. So let me get off my soapbox, because you know I could stay there for a minute when we talk about this particular topic, right? But listen to me. Hopefully, again, the timeline has been flooded all week. Hopefully you have caught some of these great golden nuggets about love. And let me tell you, I, again, am a person who, I don't know it all. I don't pretend to know it all, but that which I know. And I don't let anybody take that from me. And one of the things I've been able to, with the grace of God, be able to develop and grow in is love. Oh my God. The way that I love, the way that I receive love, the way that I extend love to others, the way that I talk about love, everything about love has been so matured over the course of my life, and I'm really grateful for that. So even more to that, I'm ready to pop, top, drop, and give some of you all those same tips that would have helped me, you know, that would have brought me out. Now, this may not be for everybody, because some of you may say, well, my love life isn't like that, or I don't believe in that. And that's totally fine, baby. That's whatever floats your boat, and that's all she wrote. You don't have to listen to this anymore. You can click off. But for those of you who are absolutely positively saying, okay, well, I know which way that I do love, but I want to hear somebody else motif. How do you do love? Stick around and let the Lord bless you. You know, maybe something that I'll say could be helpful to you. So again, I'm not 100% sure at this time what I've posted first and second and third, and what you've seen and what you haven't seen, and what emoji. I don't know, but I will tell you, I want to talk about this topic called love, because everybody sees love a different way. And that's one thing that you kind of need to start with when you're talking about a relationship, whether it's a new relationship or whether or not you're refreshing an already existing relationship, is that you have to remember there's one way in which you see love, and there's one way in which you've experienced love. And you need to make sure your partner and you are on one accord. Y'all are together on how you see love and how you want love to be expressed within that family, that home, that relationship, that partnership. That's really important. Make sure that you've got a partner of integrity who's honest, who's not going to sit there and cow it around. Even have a partner that says, hey, babe, whether it be girl, whether it be guy, I don't know a lot about love, and I'm really scared of this thing called love. You know, I don't want to put that kind of responsibility on somebody to be like, you know, you need to be able to teach that person love. You need to be able to model for that person what love is. What I will say, in fact, is that if a person is open to learning, if a person is open to research, if a person is open to actually doing the work, I won't tell you to just give up on them immediately. You know, I ask that you use your spiritual discernment. I ask that you go to God in prayer, and I ask you to ask the Lord, do I stick around for this, or do I move? And then according to whatever he shows you, don't refuse it. If it's to move. If it's to stay. Now, that's neither here nor there. I do believe that you and your partner do have to have a level of vulnerability. It's just that simple. You have to have a level of vulnerability. If you find a person that is unwilling to open up to you, listen, and this is me putting the cart before the horse. Hold that thought before we get there. I want to start first with the first way in which I think about my own personal love life, and many of the love lives of friends of mine, people who I've talked to for a number of years, colleagues, even some family members. One of the things I noticed that was mentioned was previous partners. It's very important that you notice when it comes down to previous partners, whether or not you've done the proper work to rid these people in your life. I don't mean, and again, we all different, honey, how you rid them people. What, you know, I bust the windows out your car and I put the sugar in your, you know, some of y'all get kind of dim and dark. And listen, I ain't telling you I can't now, because I can get in my feelings. Watch out. But I try not to. You get what I'm saying? I try not to get in my feelings in that particular way. If it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. But I'm like an Inspector Gadget. I'm like a detective. I'm trying to figure out why it didn't work out, because I don't, one, want another him coming in my life. And two, I don't want to re-enter a pseudo contract, a false contract with you. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, neither here nor there, but what am I saying? First thing I know is the world teaches a really supercilious lesson about to get over one is to get under another. And I cannot say that it's men more than it is women, because I think both parties are guilty of that now. Is to get over one is to rebound and get up under another. I do not agree. Mercy said no. Honey, on my side, we don't do that. That's a no. We're not rebounding people to replace them for somebody else. Now, if you are a social butterfly, if you are a person who naturally gets along with people of the same sex, opposite sex, if you're a person who naturally goes out on, you know, dinner dates or lunch dates, breakfast dates, if you're a person who goes out of town with people, whatever floats your boat, I'm not telling you that you should stop doing these things because you've broken up with an ex or you are hurting over a past partner. But I think that the communication must be clear between you and that person, and even more so between you and yourself. This is all this is, and I'm not pushing it to be anything else. I think those barriers have to be created early. That is my personal opinion. Honey, I'm going to tell you, the Lord has made all of us different, and the way in which I believe for my own personal life is that, no, you don't rebound off of another person's feelings, meaning you're not pushing that next person into a relationship knowing you're not over that last person or persons. But it's okay to still go on those dinner dates and have fun with somebody, and to meet somebody and to talk with somebody. If you're a social person, that's something you're going to do anyway. But I do think that in your corners of your back rooms of your solid space, you should still be working on releasing these people, releasing that previous partner, releasing the hurt, releasing what went well and what didn't go well. And it's okay. And then, you know, start to massage that over with yourself, that we're not looking back. We're not looking back. You know, whatever happened, happened. I also believe, me myself personally, is that one of the ways, for me it's always worked, it may work for you, I don't know, but one of the things that have always helped me is that in that previous relationship, that previous partnership, if I didn't feel like I got my just due, I made sure to make up for it myself. Does that make sense? That's the art of self-love. When you love yourself, you cater to yourself. When you cater to yourself, you give yourself what it is you need, and many times what it is you want. So if there was somebody, and hey, honey, I've been in a relationship where they fell short, I showed up. I did my part. Whether my part looked exactly like what they were looking for on their side, I felt like I showed up and did my part. And maybe he didn't. I don't punish myself for what he did not do. On the contrary, I reward myself for showing up and doing my part. It's kind of like a parent who has two children, and they have the one child that's never doing what they asked, never meeting the expectation, and they have that one child that's overly meeting the expectations, that goody two-shoes kid. Instead of punishing both kids for the one that's not behaving, definitely reward the one that is behaving. So that's my personal motif, is that don't conceal. You gotta feel that thing. And what I mean by feel that thing is sit back, decide what went well and what didn't. You know what I mean? Because you obviously were attracted to the person. You obviously were attracted to the ideal of the relationship. You obviously pursued it. You went out of town, you spent time together, whatever. And especially if it was one of a long term. So if it was a long-term situation or a long-term relationship, then you definitely want to unpack those layers, layer by layer, to see what would have worked and what didn't work. Go back through and solace to and I don't do anything without God. So one of the things I do is I unpack a lot of those feelings, a lot of those disappointments, a lot of those questions, a lot of those just mishaps. I unpack that with God. It's just to be completely honest. The next thing I want to make mention of is that once you started to go through the process of rebuilding yourself, putting yourself back in a proper space, in a proper mindset, I think the next thing is when you're ready to get back out there. And when I say get back out there, what did I just tell you? Some of you have already in this part been out there, meaning you've been going on lunch dates, you've been going on breakfast dates, you've been going out of town with people who you trust, guys who you trust, women who you trust. There should be a level of respect and barrier there. That's my personal opinion. But now you're saying to yourself, no, I want to date. You know, I want somebody, I want to commit a relationship. I want somebody specific. And I think you set those intentions within yourself, within your mindset. And you say, you know what? This is what I want this time. This is what I'm expecting this time. This is what I'm listening for this time. And you set those intentions and watch the Lord, especially if you got him in it. Now, baby, if you don't have him in it, I can't guarantee you nothing. I will not guarantee you anything. But once you set those in your prayers and intentions and your meditations and your heart's mind and soul, the Lord will start seeing, you know, what you're doing, especially if you've done the work. If you've done the work for healing, it's very powerful, I think, when you decide that you're ready to step back out there. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's so much easier for you to see now because you've done the work. Not him, move. Not her, move. You'll be able to kind of move, and it's not in a rude way because we all want something different. So just because it's something you didn't want, because it's somebody you didn't want, doesn't mean there's somebody that somebody out there does not want. You know what I mean? So once you get back out there and you start setting your intentions, take it slow, but be open with communication. I don't believe that in 2022 we're supposed to be around here guessing in relationships. What you mean? I don't even listen. If you're 17, 18, 19, 20, I don't know, maybe it's still, you know, a complimentary process to be like, ooh, girl, he kept me guessing. Ooh, man, I don't even know what she really wants, you know what I'm saying? But baby, at 30, 40, 50, that's taboo. We ain't doing that no more. At 30, 40, and 50, you know what you want. You're pretty stuck in your ways. I mean, you're still ever learning, but a lot of what you want is set in stone. So if the person is not open in communication and they kind of, you know, we got so many words from like gaslighting to ghosting to love bombing to breadcrumbing. We got so many new terms right now, and these words are not just words. These are true actions of people. You just got to be real with it and be like, boy gone, girl gone, man, ain't nobody got time for these games. So get somebody who's definitely on your level. And you know, when I hear that, I hate to say cliche stuff like that because it's how people get on my level. What? Get on my level. What? But it does make sense. The Bible says, how can two walk together except they be in agreement? You can't walk with anybody that y'all are not in agreement. Y'all are not wanting the same thing. Y'all are not pushing for the same thing. And make sure this person is going to meet you on the other side of the seesaw. If every time you look up, they're up and you're down on that seesaw, get you a new partner. Or every time you look, she wants to be up there. She wants you taking care of her. Baby, that's an imbalanced seesaw motif. We gotta work this out. Let's balance this, okay? Let's bring this to a head. You know what I'm saying? So either way, those are just, like I said, my personal beliefs when it comes down to relationships. And what is the first thing again? The first thing is do not conceal. Feel that thing. You have to get over the past. You have to release your exes. Some of us get real excited about getting in another relationship because we want our exes to be like, oh, dang, she moved on from me. Oh, sis looking fine. Okay. Yo, when I get me a new girlfriend, I'm going to get the baddest girl out here. I'm going to get the finest girl out here because I want her to see what she missed. That is rebounding, people. You cannot do that. Do not bring somebody else's feelings, somebody else's mindset. They are in the hopes of a real relationship. And granted, you're going to force yourself to get in a relationship. But it's to prove a point that you still ain't over the person that you was just with. Where they do that at? They don't. So I am not promoting that by no means. I'm going with it's a no for me. Don't do that, okay? That is still, formally, to me, that's still a rebound. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I just told you was what? If you are a social butterfly, listen, I'm a social butterfly. I'm sorry. I'm a social butterfly. I don't care what some woman gonna try to pretend like that is. That's all, baby. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Don't do that. And the same thing with you guys. Some of you guys, you know, you got your homeboys. You see what I'm saying? You got, you know, a couple of homegirls that you like to still hang out with, go to brunch with. You know what I'm saying? If the relationship didn't work, I'm not telling you to sit there and constantly, continuously be in a somber space. What I'm telling you is get to a particular place where you can say, you know what? it didn't work out. I mean, it just didn't work out. What can I do? Get back into your platonic relationships, the people who are supporting you, the people who are loving you. But as I said before, when doing that, still do the work. Still continue to look at what happened in those past or that past relationship that just wasn't for me, but then what in it was successful, what in it was good, what about the person did I like, because that still may be a quality you want in the future. The next thing is absolutely go back and do for yourself. This is my personal belief, and somebody else may tell you differently, and that's up to them. Go back and give yourself what it was they could not give you. So if it was more dinner dates, if it was more traveling trips, if it was trying new foods, if it was doing a new hobby, if it was communicating, you can communicate with yourself via journal. You could do self-talk and self-orations. Whatever it was that you really wanted and needed. If it's cuddling, cuddle you, especially during the winter time. Get you that blanket, wrap you up in that blanket and cozy wozy. Whatever it is that you're wanting and needing, be gentle with yourself and bring yourself back up. And to my guys in particular, for you as well, stop just thinking this is for women. It's a woman thing, man. Women do that. Boy, stop. Okay, it's not a woman thing. It's a human thing. And then I think the last thing is, when you're ready to get back out there, honey, set them intentions with the Lord first. Baby, pray. You heard it here first. Pray. Talk to the Lord and tell him what it is. Baby, the Bible says, that good old song say, talk to the Lord and tell him all about your troubles. You'll understand it better by and by. Give it to the Lord in prayer and tell him what it is you want. And then my thing is, don't settle for anything outside of what it is you wanted. At the end of the day, I'd rather wait 125 years for what I want than to spend 125 years miserable for what I settled for. All right, KKC, hopefully this is helpful to you. Share this, okay? Share this with other people, because I want more happy people, and I want more happy people in love, honey. I don't want to... We ain't gonna go there. I also want you to like this. If you like the content that you're hearing, I want you to like this. Hit that little like button, you hear me? And the next thing I want you to do is, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to this channel, because the Lord is blessing, honey, and more content's coming through, and I don't want you to miss this. If you say, I don't want to miss it, sis, when you have put up something new, how do I know? Hit that notifications bell, baby, because once you hit that notifications bell, you're going to be told every time I put something new up. All right. Love you. Bye.